That's early compared to what we have been.
That's true. That's true. We're getting it together a little bit more smoothly, but it's with good cause. It's not like without reason. So, and we
Yeah.
are officially live. Beautiful. So I'm going to take a moment to start sharing out a little bit. Let's see.
Oh, my dog's snoring. I don't know if you can hear it. If I'll wake her up if you can. If not, she's comfy.
Your dog is snoring.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to share this out really quickly. Up. There we go. Beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to share this out really quickly. No, I don't need the sound. Please stop the sound. Beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to share this out. There we go. Okay, so let's share. It's six spirits. Anybody who's joining the live, I see there are a couple people who are popping into the chat. If you can, just take a minute and share out for us. Hi, Presh. Welcome. I'm just sharing out very quickly, and then me and Braun are going to connect and really dive in deep to start doing some of this channeling work. For anybody who would like to sign up for your own channeled session on this live, it is a $22 energy exchange. Scrolling at the bottom, you can see my PayPal is there or Cash App if you would like to make that exchange and get your own direct session. Me and Bronwyn are happy to go into that. Otherwise, please just share out. Thank you for hanging out with us. And we're going to get started as far as connecting and bringing through whatever wants to come through for the collective in general. So, Bronwyn, how are you doing over there?
I'm okay. I'm good. Sorry. Hi. I spaced out. Can you hear it just before
Okay,
you?
let's go to right.
Can you hear the snoring, or is she okay?
No, I don't hear any snoring. I just hear you.
Okay, then I won't move her.
I just hear you.
You can stay, Lily. You can stay. My
No,
dog's
she sounds
snoring, in case
fine.
anyone's wondering. Hi, Kim. Hi, Prash. Hi, Gigi. Hi, Amy.
Beautiful. Hey, Gigi. Hey, Kim. Amy, if you can, just share out for us really quickly. If anybody would like to leave a donation, the exchange amount requested is $22, but we're going to go in deep and do trance energy work as well as connecting with source, connecting with higher self to bring in whatever messages need to come through. And then, of course, we have our human 3D experience that Bronwyn gives. That she's giving a lot of just powerful insightful guidance. So I'm excited to for today's live, Robin.
Awesome. Me too.
Yeah.
This
So
has been such a
awesome.
positive experience, and everybody who's been on the lives and everything, like, it's just been only positive, and it's awesome. You guys are all awesome.
Yeah, I've been enjoying the process as well. Building with just our entire group, our little collective, which has been nice, and I love the work that we're doing. I'm enjoying the collaborations, the private one-on-one sessions. All that's been really kind of a lot of fun, and it's been a great way for me to get active again since I've been recovering with my health and stuff.
Hmm. And we all have
Some
such different things to offer. Like today's discussion about attachments and dreams and stuff. Like, yeah, we all have different paths, and there's something for everyone, right?
Absolutely,
No matter what your piece
absolutely.
is. I think, anyway. I love you guys. I love the people I work with and the people who are on the lives. You guys are all awesome. If
I
anyone
think
donates, you have to let me know though, so I can.
yes, please. We're not able to check the Cash App and all that other stuff. So if you just drop a comment, let us know. We'll be sure to add you to that list. Okay.
Awesome.
Okay, I think I am good with sharing out for now. I shared out to a couple places, so we'll leave it at that for now.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So let's see who is here. I see Mary Ann Ekman. Hello. Hi, Barbie. Welcome. Amy Hart. GG's. Always great to see you. Thank you for joining us. Is there a link? Yeah, so the link is scrolling in the bottom, but I will drop it in the chat just so that y'all can click it directly from the chat. So just give me a moment.
Hi, Kim. I think he was saying hi to you, Kim, but I think he said Kel.
Oh, did I? I might
Yeah.
have said Cal. I apologize. Hi, Kim.
Because there's no Kelly, so
Kim.
I figured K, right?
No. Yeah, no, it was probably meant for Kim. Kim chemistry. Kim chemistry. No. Yeah, no, it was probably. Okay. I am dropping the link in the chat right now. I hope I'm dropping the link in the chat. Oh no, that's not the link. Okay, so we have. I'm just gonna drop my PayPal and Cash App. I'm gonna pin it in the comments, and then y'all can donate as you see fit.
Amy, it is hard. The little one, and then it's scrolling so fast. Maybe it's just my over 40 eyes. Maybe I just need it's time for bifocals, guys.
It's
So Marianne donated.
It's not clickable. I know that also is also like having it just be pinned in the comments makes it clickable and it's easier to deal with.
Oh, okay.
As opposed to when it's just scrolling on the video on the screen.
Me too, Amy. I've been blind forever. And every time I go to the optometrist, they're like, "How are your eyes?" I'm like, "I think they're getting better." Because in my mom's family, they got better all at 35. Mine just got worse.
Oh wow.
They're always like, "No, they're not better. They're worse." I hate wearing glasses, but it's what it is. It makes me see.
It makes glasses is kind of necessary if it helps you see.
Yeah.
At least I think. How can I get this to work? Pages. Facebook has become so convoluted. It's a pain in the butt. I can't get it to work in the Six Spirits page, but it is working on the It is pinned in the Zay-P to I am live. So hopefully that makes it accessible to everybody. Otherwise, you might have to just try to catch it. PayPal.me/ZayPierre or Cash App $ZayNYC. So you said Marianne donated, which is great. Thank you, Marianne. We appreciate your donation. I do feel like there's probably going to come through some collective energy work today. I don't know, how are you feeling, Bronwyn, as far as that goes?
I feel it's going to be different some way. I'm not sure how. So maybe.
So let's just go with it and see where it wants to take us. Initially,
Thank you, Amy.
Thank you, Amy. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for the donations. There we go. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to start off with just taking some deep breaths as we go in, as I go within and start connecting with the energy realms. Bronwyn, if you can feel free to guide, if you want to engage with the audience, I will let you know when I'm starting to feel close to that space and you can guide me further from there, okay?
Okay.
Is the music bothering you, by the way?
Nope. Not me. What about you guys? Music bother you? Yay or nay? If it's a nay, I'll let you know.
Okay. I'm just going to leave it like that for now and let the drums kind of carry me a little bit.
Yeah. Thank you, Kim. Hi, Misty.
Hi, Misty. Thank you, Kim. A lot of nervous energy that I got to get out of me. Whew.
Yes, you do.
Oh.
Okay, guys, those drums might trance me. Kim Chemistry, you need a punch card. We need to give you one free every 5 readings or something. You're awesome. Thank you. Mary Ann, did I ask if you had a question? Amy, you said, wait. Who said surprise me? Kim said surprise me? Okay. Amy says, Misty, thank you for the donation, Misty. Okay, so Amy, if you have a question, then send it, please. The energy on this is really good. Everybody seems, Marianne, just general. See that, Marianne? I skipped you this time. Okay, guys, I have been skipping people. So I'm gonna read the list, and then if I when I go to the next one, if I miss your name, please make yourself known and be like, you missed me. Because the last live, poor Kim, I kept skipping her. It's just my brain. So, it's Marianne, Amy, Kim, and then Misty. Everybody feels very, quite even today. It's a really good feeling. Like, energy is very kind of neutral on the live today, which is beautiful. Totally beautiful.
Okay, Bronwyn. I'm feeling pretty neutral. Censor space.
Just 1 second, in case I sneeze. I just have to mute it. I can't mute it. Oh no. Hang on. I gotta stop my sneeze. Hi, Luna. Or how do you say that? In Nakota, Loon? Okay, so we're gonna start with Marianne, but first, Zay, can you explain where you are?
Feeling empty space, like floating in an empty, longing space. I feel really stuck in my sacral, more in my worry center right above the sacral. It's a lot of tension. It's a lot of angst and anxiety.
Hi, Mystical. Can you clear that for Marianne? Please.
It's clear.
I think Marianne, when he cleared it for you, he was clearing a bit for himself as well. So sometimes those can get a little bit, they can overcross, right? Because he said that in the beginning that he was a little anxious. Okay, so what color do you see there, Zay?
It's deep purple. It's a deep, deep purple. It feels almost black, but when you really peer into it, it's kind of purple. It's indigo.
Okay,
But while it looks like nothing or it looks like space, it's full with just all this movement of potential energy.
is there a message for Marianne?
Marianne, you really invited and called forward at this time to allow yourself to experience, to allow yourself to create without judgment, without perception, without looking at it and second guessing it, but to allow yourself to just create. There's this deep well and longing inside you to kind of connect with something more, something real. And that something more and something real comes from out of yourself. This dark and void, it's like potential energy. This is all the possibility of what you could create if you would allow yourself. And so as I work through that energy in the solar plexus, it's like this energy of creative energy, but it's untapped and unused. And as I cleared that out, it really opened up this huge bubble that felt in the heart space and solar plexus. And it's like this big weight that's been kind of keeping you down and keeping you feeling limited and unable to kind of create and express in your own truth. It's time to let that go. That weight that you carry, that you put on your shoulders, that weight that makes you say you cannot do certain things, that is not your place, that is not meant for you, and that you have to live your life in other ways, whether that's being small, whether that's following a path that doesn't fit you, it's suppressing you. And so it's about letting go of this pressure that you've allowed to be placed in your heart, this feeling that it's all about doing for others and that you cannot at the same time give something to yourself. Once you're able to clear that up, that's going to allow you to just start to create without the anxiety and without the second guessing, without the feeling of unworthiness that makes you diminish the value of your own creations. It is time to step into just creating for the sake of allowing yourself expression. It's not to get something, it's not to get somewhere, it's to further grow and understand yourself. And you'll understand that through giving yourself the chance to create, to experience new moments in your life, to have new occurrences that you go through, to allow yourself to live. Right now, the way it's going, it's like you've been suppressed in a way that you're living according to a plan, according to a preconceived notion, according to what the world has told you you should be living, as opposed to creating something authentic, whether that's, wanting to dibble and dabble in horticulture or or crocheting the needles and the fabric, things that might seem off the beaten path to others around you, but for you, that calls to your curiosity. It's about giving yourself permission to live out that experience. And as you do more of that, and as you allow yourself more of that opportunity to be really self defined and validated in who you are, this is going to bring you deeper to your true purpose and your true calling as far as what you are really wanting to create in life. this feels all like there is this building tide within you that really wants to create and express something, and you haven't allowed yourself to start to experience enough of life or enough of the things you want to create, and that's limiting you. You want to allow yourself to experience more of your life. You want to allow yourself to experience more of yourself, and you do that through the act of creation. And this is not just talking children or biological, although we could be talking children and biological. This is talking life experiences in general. It's all a creation, it's all your creation. Everything that you're going through in your life. So the things you're choosing to invest in and the ways you're choosing to live your life is how you're creating. Stop creating what you think the world wants you to create. Create the life that you need to express your truth.
Sorry. Marianne said early on, she said yes to something that you had said, just to give you the validation. And she had also said just after a minute ago, she said, "So true, ready to step out and do me." Um, Marianne, it feels like you do Tai Chi. It feels like you do or you know about Tai Chi. So there's two things coming through for you, and one is to pick something like Tai Chi or yoga or something and go deep into it. Go deeper into it. Because it feels like you know a little bit about a lot of stuff. So pick something on the spiritual path that has to do with energy work. And that's why I think Tai Chi is coming through, to move around that energy and to release that beautiful energy into the environment, um, and go deep into it, because there's all these layers to it. Unfortunately, in our society, things like yoga are watered right down. It's just to tone your body, or just do yoga, um, and you'll feel better. But there are so many layers to all of this stuff. So they're asking you to really pick something and go deeper in it. And it's time, because it's time, this time, it's time for you to be the student, not the teacher. um, and to really go deep into that, because by doing that and going deep into that, you're actually um, you're actually going to learn a lot about your true self, and that's a theme that Zay keeps bringing up, right? Who is your true self? Who are you? So by going deeper into this one thing, whatever it is that you pick, and really diving deep, you're going to really connect with your soul, with your true self, and with the observer. And it feels like, because you're wanting something more, more that feels more real to you, something more substantial. And if that's true, if that's how you're feeling, then I don't know if you do Tai Chi. If you don't, check into Tai Chi. um, Otherwise, whatever it is that you choose will be fine. Like, and you can dabble in all the other stuff, but just choose one thing to go really deep into. Okay? So next is Amy Hart.
Wait, before we leave from Marietta, I want to offer something
Oh,
else.
sorry. Okay.
Um, while Ronald was talking, I also started picking up on some pains in the foot and in the leg. And this is feeling, I don't know if you deal with any kind of chronic pain issues or anything like that, but what I'm getting is that you have to go through it. And with that is the imagery of really allowing it and less resistance. The more we try to fight and resist the pain, whether it's a chronic pain or pain coming from within our vessels, the more we're trying to uh, white knuckle it or push it away or suppress it in some way, the more we create more of an obstacle in our day-to-day lives, in our everyday moments. And for you, the guidance is that to open up and allow more ease and flow, allow more of your truth. And you're going to do that by really learning how to work with the pains and uncomfortabilities in your body as they arise. So instead of having more of a resistance, having meeting yourself with maybe more compassion and understanding, and instead of having moments of this hurts, but I need to tough it out and struggle through this because I committed to something. Maybe it's meeting yourself with more compassion and saying, I need to go get off my feet for now. And I can maybe, work from my computer as opposed to I need to be making these deliveries, whatever the case may be. Making those adjustments to allow for your own comfort and ease of life is going to vastly help improve the quality of your experience. And so with that, more allowance, more ease, more compassion when it comes to the pains and difficulties you're going through in your body, versus resistance and trying to push it away and trying to suppress and all these things. Work with yourself in your own healing. Do not deny yourself your own healing.
Marianne said big toe joint on the right foot. Or
Okay.
maybe not. She said big toe joint. It might have been your right, or it might have been the right foot. I'm not sure what she meant. And Marianne, just so you know, Zay also gave himself a powerful massage right there. That was for both of you.
Yeah.
And she's doing work to heal it. There's also a bug coming through for you, Marianne, but I think that's just my imagination because you know what my issues are. So I'm just gonna ignore that and we're gonna move on. So the next one is Amy Hart.
Hi, Amy. Welcome. Welcome.
She
Amy.
just wants general.
I'm gonna see if I can never mind. I'm sorry about that. Amy, I'm still with you. Just bear with me.
Sorry, I can't move it.
Okay. Wow.
So can you describe where you are?
It feels like I'm within a golden sky, and the clouds are just various shapes of just kind of golds and off white and cream, and I feel everything coming through my back. And there was this streak of heat that ran up my back initially, and I got this image of a bit of a hothead, a bit temperamental. But then that heat flushed out, and I started feeling all of this support and backup energy coming from behind you. Like a lot of angels, there's a lot of guidance and support for you, Amy. But they see that, I guess, a tendency to flare up, that kind of runs up your spine a bit, you know. It's sometimes we can take these things and judge them as a negative, like, oh, I have this side to myself that is hot-headed. I have a side to myself that is whatever, and we may shove that stuff into our shadow and suppress that or neglect that or never take a look at the actual effects it has on us. But in a lot of ways, all that happens in life is in service to us, and it is to our benefit to look at these things. And so there's this sense of this kind of hot streak that runs up your spine where maybe you can be reactionary at times, maybe you can be a bit hot-headed, but it's almost like that fire comes from an impulse to defend your truth. That fire comes from an impulse to defend truth as you see it, right? There's the difference between ultimate truth and our own personal truths. And there's this distinction between your wanting to defend your truth, but then also recognizing and being open to when you see ultimate truth to become an advocate for that. And so, with you, there's all of this support and encouragement to use that fiery aspects of yourself, that fiery nature, even though it may seem reactionary in times, learning how to fine tune it, harness it, and strengthen your own sensibilities with regards to what resonates as true for you. Because those things that you would react to in defense of truth, in defense of your truth, those are the things that are helping you to define self, define and declare self, and helping you to find a harmony with all of life. And so don't suppress that side of yourself or start to let others think that there's something wrong with you and then you feel you have to go and cover that up or suppress that somehow. Learn to see it objectively and use it, harness it, as opposed to suppressing it. Recognize that that streak of fire in you comes from a place of wanting to defend truth. And in that, there's never any wrong, or there's no need to judge something as a wrong. You're just simply trying to defend your truth. As you become more mindful of it and less reactionary, you'll learn how to pull back when you need to pull back, but you'll also learn how to turn it on and let it flow when that fire needs to come out. But it does not have to be a bad thing. So do not just judge it as a shadow to be dismissed, but recognize it as a litmus for where your truth resides. There's
So
just like a lot of loving support coming behind you on that.
I just wanted to give you validation. Amy said that yes, she has been very hot headed lately and impatient lately. And then she said yes with exclamation marks. And then she sent 3 hearts. So I think you hit the nail right on the head with that.
Beautiful.
Amy, there is a little bit of a caution coming through for you not to allow others or situations to dictate your happiness. That happiness, so they're really encouraging you to start a journey on, like on peace. Start a journey on peace. Start a journey on. It's really important for you to protect your energy. Um, and it can be very difficult sometimes for you to separate from somebody else's energy. Why does this sound familiar? Would this have something to do with your life path? Did we talk about your life path when I did a reading? Sorry. Anyways, it may be very difficult for you to separate your energy from a situation or from an outcome or whatever. So when we get anxious because we don't trust the process, and then we want certain outcomes and we put our happiness into those outcomes, it can be a bitch waiting for those outcomes, and we can also be a bitch if we don't get those outcomes. So for somebody like you who really, really, really is really sensitive to some people's energy, um, you really just start really small and a practice of every day of having like even just 1 minute of silence, 1 minute of peace. That gradually that's going to grow, and that will help you with your emotions. I'm actually talking from experience, because yeah, I can be reactionary, and I really had to learn, instead of dealing with myself when I reacted or right before I reacted, to deal with myself when I was in a really good place and make sure that that was an everyday thing. Um, and to deal with that at that time. My daughter made a comment the other day. She asked me why counselors tell her to focus on what she can control versus what she can't control. And she looked at me and she said, maybe I should just control my mind and then I won't need it for control. And I was like, oh, good point. Um, and it is about that control of the mind, and it is about finding that space where you're just completely okay, even if it's only for 5 seconds. That will grow and grow. It'll organically grow on you. And don't put thought into it. Just right now, I'm going to light the candle. I'm going to stare at the candle. And even if it was just 5 seconds, and put that into your day every day, because if you have a very super sensitive nervous system, you have to be able to learn how to control that nervous system, which is actually part of your life path, and how to control those energies that are coming in. That's part of what you're learning on this earth. And it is hard when you're super sensitive to people's energy. And the other thing is, don't take ownership for other people's energy, which is also a very hard thing to do, because I do that all the time. But realizing that you've been through shit in your life, you got knocked down, they've been through shit, they'll get knocked down, they can get back up on their own because you have. That's a very important thing that you need to learn, especially somebody with such a big heart. And you need to really pamper yourself as well. Um, because you've forgotten you, and you've forgotten to take care of you, and you have forgotten who you are. So do some things that are just about you as well. It's easy to forget who you are and where you're at in this life.
Love on you.
Mm-hmm. And get back to you. Does that make sense? Yeah, you never do put yourself first. See, I was gonna say that, but I thought it sounded rude, so I was trying to sugarcoat it. I love it when people do that to me. Thank you so much. It makes me feel better about myself. You're awesome. Chemistry.
And don't
Hey,
cover up your truth.
so-
I
no,
mean, as
don't.
far as things that need to be said to
Yeah.
people, it can be easy to people please and let that go.
Hmm.
And that's just havoc on your own voice.
And people pleasing makes you hot headed too, or it does with me, because I people please, realize I can't please people, and then I'm like, fuck it, and I'm mad. So I don't know if that happens with you, but I'm just saying sometimes people pleasing is overrated. Could just be me. I could just be crazy. Okay,
Nope.
sorry.
You are
Sorry about that,
correct.
guys.
You are correct.
Okay, so when you're ready, we'll do him.
Who's next? Kim, you said?
Kim chemistry? Yeah.
Kim chemistry, Kim chemistry, Kim chemistry. Da, 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 da. I haven't sung your song in a while, Kim. Hmm.
You must be special, Kim. You got a song.
Hmm. See a lot of red. It feels like I'm swimming up to break through the red towards a golden light. Mm. the energy is very still up here. So there's a very fatherly teacher figure here. He's very still. And he has this beaming grin on his face. And he's like a guide for you, but he's like your teacher. And he keeps telling me that you have this motherly thing about you. You have this motherly way that makes you want to help guide and facilitate others in a way that you present yourself almost as lesser than, when really you are so much more beyond with regards to your own capabilities and what's possible for you. You've been around the block more than a few times. You are very adept, and you know this, but you play this role, this motherly role that is so supportive. It is almost as though you disrespect yourself. And no, obviously not a real disrespect, but you sully your own good name for all that you are capable of and as much as you can do to present yourself as though you are not already there, although you are not already capable. We need not lesser ourselves to build others up or diminish ourselves, or we need not hide to put the spotlight on another. But stepping out into your space, the space that you hold with such grace and such ease, because it is simply you, is going to do a lot more to guide the others around you, to guide the little ones, than being unassuming. It is okay to assume your rightful role as the mother, as the teacher, as the guide. You are no longer the student. All is a process, and we are always learning, but you are in a role to guide others. So do not hide as though you are one of the students. And so he's stepping back now, but he's just sitting back, beaming with you. He reminds me of Muji. I don't know if you know Muji, but
Cool.
very much so. He reminds me of Muji. Um,
Happy
yeah,
embodiment.
yeah.
Yeah. Kim, odd question, random out of the blue. Did you have an imaginary friend? She says she gets that. She also says that she has true motherly energy. Zay, did you have an imaginary friend when you were little? I'll explain in a minute. Your gifts are really strong, and you're developing your gifts. You're actually it's weird because I just had this conversation with somebody about whether we were born with gifts, do we develop gifts, are we born with the seed and we develop the seed, like, and I was like, I don't know, I have no idea. And then here I am talking to you, um and it's showing you're developing gifts, like you're doing work and you're developing them and they're coming forward. Just be careful not to get so caught up in the gifts that you forget about the inside and really working on your inside. Um, Okay, that's kind of funny about your imaginary friend because what came through was ask her about her imaginary friend when she was little, and that your imaginary friend is still very, very strong and with you. And when you can see an imaginary friend, as they call them, that means that they're coming to you on a closer earthly um, level kind of thing. But it's because of that imaginary friend you started your whole journey. So I mean, if it's Jesus, it's kind of like, well, duh. That's what started your whole journey forward, and he's been working with you all along, and you have been working with him. And the significance of it was that he's been with you since childhood, so he's seen you through these years. And there's one more thing coming through from your imaginary friend or from Jesus himself is that you have it's okay to allow yourself not to be strong sometimes, and you have emotion you need to process. It's okay. Unfortunately, you give other people more compassion, understanding, and nurturing than you give yourself. And you also give other people more compassion and understanding and nurturing than you receive from other people. And it's okay to have those moments and not be on top of the world. And it's okay to have a moment where you're not satisfied with your life. So I don't know if that resonates, because what he's saying is I'm there for her, so if she has those moments, she saw me before in a very realistic way she can see me again. And if you have those moments, instead of suppressing it and going, I'm strong, because you're a freaking strong, amazing woman, and instead of saying I'm strong, I can do this, you can actually ask Jesus for a hug. And I think that you can get to a point where you're going to actually be able to see and feel that, and you're not going through anything alone in this life. Because as much as you are surrounded by people, I think you take care of everybody, but who takes care of you? And the answer to that is Jesus. The answer to it is Jesus. And
I'm
we
also
all have
getting
those
one other.
moments, and I'm just saying don't judge them. It's okay to have them. That's what my point to that was, hun. Sorry.
So I'm also getting one other guide for you, Kim. And I tend to call her the spirit of dance. She's coming up strong for you right now. But you gotta get up and dance. You gotta let yourself dance. Whether that's in private, whether that's a girls' night, like let yourself dance and play and have fun and have that let that childlike energy flow through your body, through dancing. Even if it's just like in your chair bopping around, listening to Jackson 5 or something. Just let yourself dance. Because I'm sitting here and she is just, and it's funny. I'm saying she, but the spirit of dance is really like asexual, because she has presented as he for me before, but there's this specific energy that's all about this movement of energy through our bodies that is connected with energy and rhythm, and it flows like life force energy through our beings. And she's here in full force for you. Go let yourself dance and play, okay? And I mean, like today, I don't know, put some
Get
jams
up,
on when we get
Kim.
off
Start
this
dancing.
live, and go clean and sweep some floors and dance around your house, however you get it in. But let yourself move and play and feel good in that energy, okay?
You're just awesome, Kim. And I love that your imaginary friend is Jesus. Um, Misty is next. She sent flowers, and I can't make out. I think it's somebody dancing. She sent those too. I think that's what it is.
Yes, good,
Bye,
good
Amy. You're welcome.
dance.
Amy says thank you for your messages and your energy. She has to
Beautiful.
go.
Thank you, Amy. Thank you. And thank you, Kim. That was fun. Um, who'd you say was next? Misty?
Yes.
Okay, so let me just allow me to take a few breaths, clear out my energy.
Kim, you have every energy. Like you have fun, you have serious, you have You're creative and you're smart. You're awesome, Kim. You're a little intimidating, but you're awesome. Oh my gosh. Sorry for the thumping, guys. My daughter is working out in her bedroom. All over the place or every energy. You just have made up with a lot of things. You came to experience a lot. And you're crushing it, by the way.
Okay, so right off the bat, Misty, feeling in your energy, I'm feeling a lot of tension right in your core. And I just keep hearing the message that whatever you're holding it all together for, you need to allow yourself to let it go. You need to allow yourself to let go. So it's like this clenching. You're in this state of contraction, state of like inhalation, holding and sucking it all in. And you're kind of walking around in that state, which is just like this constant, anxious, tenuous state. And you need to allow yourself to just breathe and relax and let it go. It's almost as though you walk around holding your breath. And it's not allowing your own energy to flow freely in your experience right now. It's causing like a real, that kind of experience where you're always walking on eggshells, where you're constantly under duress and nothing ever good enough and there's never enough time. And it's like almost like you can't breathe and the breathing is shallow and it's just on the verge of an anxiety attack or on the verge of a breakdown, like just right there at the edge, at the precipice. And you need to allow yourself to just relax and breathe, drop all the plates, drop all the judgments, drop all the expectations, and just be you for once, for now, for a moment. Just allow yourself to just be and breathe again, right? Uh, this is going to let you recharge in a sense because it's almost habitual, this sense to clench up and kind of hold on and hold it all together for everything in the world. It's almost habitual, like putting those same pressures, mental pressures on ourselves, putting those same physical expectations on our bodies, putting those same, like this, repeating the same patterns, that can become a habitual thing. And so you want to be mindful to often bring yourself back to a place where you can allow yourself to be and let go and just trust that the world is going to keep spinning. All those things that you're stressing about, or even the imperfections, if I don't get this done, or if it's not done in just the right way, then so what? If it's not done in just the right way, it is still done. Oh, great! Then you don't have to hold that energy of anxiety. It is time to really start to be mindful of that and catch yourself so you can let yourself breathe again because there's a lot of tension there. As I deliver this message, a lot of it starts to release. I don't think that you're consciously aware of it, but as I'm bringing it up, I feel it like releasing in my body. I'm feeling that connection. So just want to bring that mindfulness to how your state of being day to day. Am I really anxious right now? Am I feeling overwhelmed? Do I need to give myself a break? It's okay to meet yourself halfway and give yourself a break or give yourself a breather, okay? Allow that release and not just sit stuck on that inhalation and constantly not knotted up stomach. Okay.
Misty, for some reason, I keep seeing your car, so I don't know if when you're driving in your car, that's when you feel the best. But I see you driving in your car and a sense of relief and safety. So, um, I just use the word safety as in, like when all your energies kind of go and they settle and you feel a little bit better. So my suggestion to you would be, and I think you already do this, is to go for a drive to make yourself feel better. But I think that when you're driving, information actually comes to you. So this is gonna sound really strange. This is probably the strangest thing I've ever said. If you're going for a drive to clear yourself out to make yourself feel better, bring a book and journal what came to your head when you're done, because I think you get solutions and answers while you're driving. But I also think that sometimes, we have so much going on in our life that it's really hard. It's kind of like a dream, right? You wake up and you know what the dream is, and 10 minutes later, you don't know anything. So I think that your information does go to through your crown chakra when you're driving, because the motion of driving, the vibration of the car, and the music all kind of relax you. So bring a journal with you. And if that resonates, if driving does that for you, bring a journal with you and write down before you get out of the car anything that came to you, because I think that's your thinking place and where you do it. Writing down a journal, not only will it help you remember, but sometimes when it's written down, we can see patterns or we can see things a little bit better and it becomes a little bit clearer. And it helps because it's like that visual aid for us, because your crown chakra is very open, um, and the information does come in, but feelings and emotions can get in the way of processing that information. So the purest form of it is when you're driving. Just don't write it down as you're driving, and we're all good. But I would do a driving journal, and that's what's coming in for you, hon. I don't know if that sounds extraordinarily strange. I don't know if you're still on here. Um, but that's what's coming in for you.
Mm.
Is there anything else here, Misty?
I'm getting some light language from Misty. Something
Mm-hmm.
in the throat, so I'm gonna let this flow. Mm.
Everyone hitchhike on his light language is awesome. Marianne just said you can
Shoo.
record on phone, and that's true, Misty. You could.
Olotu o aira no toko oi. Ayako one to ai aro tu yoko aizu se ahai o ayo a na do toko oi. Era eu suratu e a ayo no ayo ayo e to o no oi ayo. Arawat ai su tuku ai lo o e soro ai akanu au ai zo o e a uaya ya ani ari tu o ya ku o ai e ha suai tuku oni ara tuku ai si ya suk o e no azuk why nice why why atakas ha hi wah shoo. So Misty, I'm getting a lot of like imagery of uh, you needing would benefiting from natural remedies, learning some more about herbal products, getting more into the consumption of teas and herbs, and kind of getting a little bit back to nature as far as what you're putting into your body. and really starting the process of purifying or purification of your vessel, um, with regards to just eating more natural ingredients, being mindful and taking in herbal products, drinking more teas, more natural ailments and supplements for your throat, and for the rest of your body. Okay. Whew.
And guys, there are some really good herbs out there. Um, Everything interacts, right? So you have to be careful and you have to know your medical history and do your research. But there's some really good herbs out there for dealing with stress and stress response. Um, Ashwagandha makes me a much better person to be around. People can handle me a lot longer when I take it. And holy basil, and both of these things have been proven by science to reduce anxiety and to reduce stress response. Um, so look into that. And as I
Yes.
say, ashwagandha makes me a nicer person. Ashwagandha in coffees, they actually suggest this. Life changing for anyone who caffeine makes them more awake
Yes.
but intolerable and grumpy. Add some ashwagandha in there.
Yeah, absolutely. I've been using it for a while now, at least like a month or so. Probably this entire time that we've been working with Six Spirits, I've been doing it. So um, I'm a big fan of it, and definitely it's one of those. I've even had moments where I didn't have coffee, but I had some ashwagandha, so I just made some stuff up, like warmed up some almond milk, doing some ashwagandha, a little bit of honey, heated it up, and like, all right. um, but yeah,
Hmm.
it's pretty good stuff.
It is. And same with like it's that chocolate coca cake
Mm-hmm.
keiko.
Mm-hmm.
I can't
Cacao.
remember. I
Cacao.
can't remember. Yeah, that
Uh-huh.
that also makes me that makes me a nicer person overall if I just have it in a smoothie, but it gives me an afternoon pickup as well. So there's some really cool stuff. I have
Yes.
some, but I have no packaging for it. I keep
Well, I'm a
talking
big
about
fan
it
of.
as I have kilograms of this stuff. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, let's get the packaging. You can sell that off.
Yeah.
How many
I
more do we have
know.
left on the list, Bronwyn?
We just have the one. We just have in I don't know how to say it. In in O in Cataluna.
Okay.
Marianne ashwagandha is ASHWAGHANDA, and the other one is holy basil, or also known as tulsi, TULSI. And these things, plant medicine takes a while sometimes to work, except for the ashwagandha and coffee's instant. But after a
I
few
think
months,
it
you'll
also
feel
depends
amazing.
on your sensitivity to certain things. You know, some people have a high tolerance for certain substances versus
Hmm.
others who might have a low tolerance for certain substances. So you'll feel the effects also according to that and how sensitive you are. For me, it took me a while to feel certain things, like some herbal remedies and stuff, just because I have a higher tolerance because I deal with a lot of medications and stuff in general, chemical based medications. So those are usually a lot more potent than but
Hmm.
the more natural remedies I find just as effective or something. Like pain, I love freaking turmeric with some ginger
Hmm.
and a little black pepper. That's for pain, inflammation, and immunity. All three of those can
Hmm.
be addressed with that simple mix right there, and it's super effective. But
Hmm.
like it's more of a preventive. It's more of like you take it day to day, and it builds up your tolerance. So what will usually cause you pain, you're not getting pain with it anymore. Versus say Tylenol or something, which is like you pop it to get rid of the pain in that moment.
Hmm.
Turmeric and ginger and all that's not going to work. It's going to keep you from getting that from that moment coming a painful moment in general, if you're taking it and doing what you got to do day to day to kind of maintain the effects.
Mm-hmm. And you need the pepper. It's turmeric, ginger, and black pepper.
Yeah, that's
The
what's up.
black
Yeah,
pepper makes it stronger.
it's
I think.
activating ingredient.
Ah, okay.
So like I had to learn that with one of my herbalists and my acupuncturist, where I was doing the turmeric, ginger, and cayenne pepper for immunity and for cold and flu, stuff like that. And
Mm-hmm.
so I was thinking, oh, I could just use that same formula for pain and inflammation. And they were like, no, 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 you got to use the black pepper because that's the activating ingredient for the pain reducing chemical compounds that's within the whatever it is within the
Okay.
turmeric and ginger.
Oh, okay.
Right.
That explains it because I was on turmeric and ginger and it wasn't doing very much. And then when I added the black pepper, and then even now I'll be like, oh, it's not working, and I'll go off and I'll be like, oh, look at that, it was working.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
The black pepper it activates it,
yeah, it's
which I used
awesome.
to never understand that term, but it's a thing. Activating ingredients.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Mm, yes. So, okay, let me go back in. Who is next? Are they still here?
In
Have they,
in Cataluna.
and
We'll just if
Cataluna,
she's
are you still here?
if she's not, we can just timestamp her.
Absolutely.
And then anyone who's on, did you want to do a quick healing at the end after her? Or are you tired?
Nope, I am good to go.
Okay. Oh no, she's here! Yay! Devil's Claw
Ah,
actually works, guys, for headache or just minor pains. I'm not sure
devil's
if it
claw.
works or if it tastes so bad. It's like Buckley's. It tastes so bad you're just scared. So it's a psychological effect, but Devil's Claw works.
Okay, I'm gonna start to tap back in. Thank you for joining us, everybody. If anybody else has donated, please let us know before we close out the donations list and move forward.
Hi, BB Luna. No, let's transfer. That was good. Thank you, Kim. Welcome, Larry. Baby Luna's a really good baby. She's a very happy little girl. Hi, Lo.
Okay, I'm feeling pretty connected, Ron.
Okay. So do your thing.
I need to go a little deeper.
Okay. Her energy reminds me of my oldest, Aubrey. My oldest is a really good baby, happy all the time. I didn't realize what a blessing it was until my next child, who wasn't as happy of a baby. But that's okay. But yeah, Baby Luna kind of reminds me. She has the same energy of Amira, as Amira, who's now a teenager and not so happy. Just putting it out there. You know that sweet little baby you have that doesn't talk back? They morph into teenagers.
Okay. With Luna, I'm just gonna say Luna because I'm not sure how to say the Inukanta.
Or you could say Aubrey.
Aubrey.
Yeah.
Aubrey. I'm feeling
Aubrey.
I'm
Sorry.
feeling a bit of a ache in your heart space. And it feels like a lot of judgment around it. Like there's this judgment around this should be a joyous time and I should be celebrating and loving and all of this. But there's a bit of an ache in the heart space. And that's okay. It's okay to feel however you feel in response to what you've been through and what's going on in your life right now. And even in times of joy and even in times of blessings, those feelings of pain and hurt are still valid and still within and still felt and deserve to be honored. As you move forward and you're doing the best you can, you're only going to be able to give the best of yourself if you allow yourself to heal, and that is to acknowledge whatever pain or ache that may be within, as opposed to just try to move forward and be that mass that is supposed to be happy or supposed to be in this state or in that state of bliss. So instead of that, actually allowing yourself to be whatever you are, whatever you're feeling, acknowledging it and letting that heal, because you have to see it and feel it in order for it to heal. We can't, you don't want to just look away because then it stays there and it festers and it toxifies and poisons everything else you're trying to do. So as you try to look away and just focus on the good and creating something good and what you're where you're supposed to be at, as far as the supposed to's in the denial of what is, it is going to sit there and it is going to just infect what you're doing. You have to allow yourself to face it and feel it and acknowledge what it is, whether it's a sense of mourning or a sense of loss or whatever it may be. Because things often come with two sides. Things are not always just, even at the highest blessings, it can have some sides that are regretful or difficult or are something for us to work with. And that is part of the journey. But don't feel bad or don't judge yourself for feeling those ways, but rather acknowledge them and allow yourself to heal and heal through that pain. And that's going to allow you everything else that you want to put your light, your love, your good energy into to be fed with really good, positive, holistic, healed energy with the best of you as opposed to a tainted version of your love.
So Aubrey says, speaking to my soul, so deep! Explanation point! Explanation point! Explanation point! Explanation point!
Mm,
Um, Aubrey, that urgency in you for her to have a perfect life because she doesn't have the life that society says she should have, you need to drop that. And I'm talking to you from experience, okay? I'm talking to you from experience. That guilt that you're holding because society says that children are not complete unless they have mom and dad in their life is bullshit, okay? A child does not need a father figure in their life to grow up happy and healthy and perfect. There may be kids may have issues about that and that may come up, but guess what, by the time we get to childhood we have issues about everything. There's so many different things that were difficult. Nobody gets through their childhood um, where everything was perfect. Absolutely no one. And people will have issues around stuff. You have to let that guilt go because what's going to happen, and again, I'm speaking from experience, is you're going to do everything that you can and then some to ensure that everything works out for your child. And then one day you're going to realize that there are things that you cannot fix. You cannot make perfect for them. And it's okay. And you have to be okay with that. You absolutely have to be okay with that. And those things often have nothing to do with anything other than that's just their life path. And all parents go through that. But there is this I'm feeling that you feel the way that I did. I used to actually stand over my child's bed when she slept and say, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I messed this up. And when she was a baby, I spent more time worried about what she was going to do on Father's Day when she got to school than I did on just enjoying who she was and realizing that I was enough and I am enough. And then I went on to have another child, and and I picked a dad out and everything was all good for 2 whole years. And now dad is just very, very, very just a speck in their life. And so I went through it again. So I'm talking from experience here. You're enough as a mom. And don't let this whole, oh, you're a single parent, you must be a hero, because it's the hardest thing in the world to do. And I'm sorry, your kid's not going to have the money other kids have. And I'm sorry, you're a superhero, but you can't do it all, so your kid's not going to be successful. And I'm sorry, you're a superhero, but your kid's not going to. Don't let all that shit, don't let that in. Absolutely do not let that in. Because your kid is going to be okay. And your kid is going to drive you just as crazy as every other kid does. And your kid has just as many opportunities available to them as everyone else. And don't let that weird thing that society has with single parents. On the one hand, you're a superhero because this is the hardest job in the world. On the other hand, they assume you're going to fall short because you don't have a man, and that's not true. That's absolutely not true, and the opposite isn't true either. If the guy is raising the kid, she doesn't necessarily need a mother. We can have those two energies in us, and I do. I play the role of mom, and I play the role of dad. I've taught my kids to fix things, and I've taught my kids to cook. And I've taught my kids to ride a bike and rollerblade, even though I cannot. Um, so you're going to be okay. And start to really let go of that and block those voices out right now because they're in there. That's what Zay was touching on. And the guilt that you're holding and this isn't how you pictured raising a baby. This isn't this is a surprise to you. Everything that happened in your relationship, that is not how you pictured your life. Nobody prepared you for that. But it's okay because you're going to do fabulous and you're going to do wonderful. And so is your baby. And that's your message.
Yes.
Okay, sorry. I went on a bit of a rant there. I'm sorry. But can everybody in the entire world
It
be
came up for a
careful?
reason.
Be careful how you address a single mom. Don't make her feel like you have sympathy for her because she's doomed. We have to stop doing that in society. Anyway,
Yes.
sorry about my rant. Sorry, Luna. Just, just that baby's gonna do okay. You're gonna do okay, and that baby, all those things that you're trying, those cycles you're trying to break, some of them will not be broken, and you have to learn to be okay with that, or you will end up devastated and crying like me. So yes.
But many
Um,
can be broken with you, and that's also going to be a beautiful experience. So, yeah.
Focus on that. Your triumphs, yeah. Because raising kids is
Mhm.
hard.
Yes, it
Raising
is.
kids is
Yes, it
hard.
is.
And Luna,
And
when
yeah,
she
that
hits
that
about
rant came up for a reason.
when she hits about 11, you can call me. I get it. You can call me. Hopefully, by the time yours hits 11, mine will be loving me again. I'll actually hear the right now. The only time I hear "I love you" is followed by "Can I buy?"
Mhm, mhm.
I love you, Mom. What do you want? Well, I saw this thing online. Yeah, teenagers are fun.
Yeah, you know when something's coming on the other side of it. All right, what are you up to?
Hmm. So, do you
Yeah,
want to do it?
my son comes with hugs. He comes with
Oh,
hugs,
really?
and all of a sudden it's like, "What are you doing?" And it's all random and out of nowhere. It's all awkward because he just like just chilling, and then he's like sneaks up on you like a little ninja and grabs you. Like he's big now. He's not some tiny little things. I'm like, "What the hell?" And he's like hugging you, and you just know he's up to something. What are you looking for? You want money? You want video games? Like what do you want? Because as
I
as
mean, they
soon as
do.
you
They
get
want
into it,
something.
like, oh, you give me a hug, and then he's like, yeah. I was just wondering if maybe I could possibly buy blah blah blah. I'm like, what? Why just speak up, spit it out. Oh, maybe you can buy me this video game. What? With what money? Like, what are you talking about? You gave me that fake hug just so you can ask me to buy you a video game? So yeah, those kids.
Their love is officially conditional after like 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember those days when they used to just say, I love you?
Uh
Yeah, I
huh.
miss those days. I miss those
Or
days.
even little kisses on the cheeks. That was just beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's like I got some big dude that just like get off me, man! Don't touch
Now I can actually use in public. I can be like, if they're being really annoying, I'll be like, either you stop or I'm gonna hug you right here in front of all these people.
me.
And they're like, Mom, don't. Oh, it's gonna happen.
Yeah, kids, you're in for an adventure. But
But you know
yeah,
what? There is a connection though, Luna, with being a single mom or a single parent. There is a connection between you and your child. Um, and that's the beauty side of it, eh? Is there's a connection between your child that's more pure and stronger because you only have them for your attention. There's no competition like there's with your partner or whatever, and your life can literally kind of, you can mold your life and their life together so that it's just, there's no other interference from there. And there is a beautiful connection kind of there. Like, I don't know how many people will say to me, oh my God, I never thought your kids would turn into teenagers because they were so connected to you. And like, and they're
what does
still
that
so
mean?
connected to you, but they're so
You thought
rude.
they thought they was gonna die? What does that mean? I never thought your
Well, no,
kid.
they mean the teenage attitude. My kids are good
Oh,
for other people.
horrible.
My kids,
Yeah, you got great
other
kids.
people have no idea. My kids, people have actually said to me, I can't, I've had teachers say this to me. You're so lucky to have two children you don't have to discipline. And I'm going, I'm sorry, what? Pardon? Like I swear to God, as soon as they come home, they
Those
turn
people
into
are
different people.
clearly not parents or just like what?
And then I'll be like, I know you can do it. You do it at school. I know you can behave. I know it. But no, there is a closeness there that it's not saying that they love you more, or you love your kids more, or anything else in that, or anything like that. but there is a different connection, and it's a beautiful connection with single parents. So I just wanted to let you know about that as well, that there is one. When do they go out of it, Marianne? Because I am hurt. I am hurting, Marianne. When do they grow out of it? Um. So yes, there will be that beautiful connection that she has with you. So yeah, and you're already feeling it. So that's your gift, and it also
Yeah.
allows you to connect to your divine masculine, because you have to bring out both sides. You have to balance those energies in yourself to be balanced for her. So
Yes.
yeah. So did you
That's
want to
beautiful.
do a group healing, Zay?
Sure, absolutely. I'm open to it.
Okay.
I'll have to go back in and reconnect with the energies. We can do a little breath work together for those who still on the live. If you want to take a couple breaths with me at this time, we can connect and sync up our energies and then go from there. I'll do a little bit of energetic work.
Marianne, that's too far off. They're not going to make it. My daughter said to me the other
Okay.
day, when I'm in my 20s and buy a rabbit, you can't get mad at me. I'm going to keep it in my room, in my closet. I was like, what do you mean? You're not living here in your 20s.
Your
Let's
kids got the
backtrack.
wrong idea.
I know.
Uh, my son is talking to me like, okay, when I turn 18, I'm going to move out because he knows.
He knows. Stop that. My neighbor used to say
Okay.
when his son turned 18, he was moving into a bachelor apartment to guarantee he didn't move back home. That was his
Yeah.
plan.
Yeah. Sorry, kid, there's no space. What
Yeah.
about my old room? What old room?
There's no room. Fathers are different.
Ah,
Sorry. Got sidetracked again. Okay.
okay. That was a good laugh. And after that, I'm going to start taking some nice deep breaths. Nice relaxed breath. Get yourself in a relaxed position, first of all. Let yourself unwind. Thank you, Bronwyn.
Sorry.
So we're going to take nice, relaxed, deep breaths in and out. You can follow along with my breathing. And we're just going to allow our energy to flow. Nice breath in and out. Another deep breath in. Let that light fill you up and out. Another deep breath in. Filled up with light. And Oroto ya yutuku oni ya su. So the biggest message that I'm getting through at this moment is really a huge collective solar plexus and sacral combination, just the core, just really getting clear with ourselves and allowing us to express ourselves. And so, really, this is the invitation that's coming through right now. It's for people to start becoming honest with yourself, with who you are, with what you're feeling. Even those things that you feel might be bad. Oh, I'm feeling anger. I'm feeling like I want to smack this person. Be mindful, recognize it, because this aspect in order to learn how to grow through it and learn how to become more. And so, in the understanding of that, you can learn how to express in new ways, how to do things differently, and how to create new aspects in our own lives. So, allow yourself to express your truth and allow yourself to know your truth. In the two, you become a much more centered and powerful being. Allow yourself to come back whenever you're ready. I want to just thank you all for joining us today, this afternoon, for everyone who has donated, for everyone who just shared in the conversation, for those who participated with this healing afterwards. Be sure to go check us all out over on Six Spirits Collective page, and you can find more of me here on my page, Zay-P that I have. I want to thank Bronwyn for joining me once again, and also just for this entire experience that we have been cultivating together, which is the Six Spirits Conscious Collective. So, again, that's why I keep saying that. So go over there and check that out. Bronwyn, do you have anything that you'd like to say?
Yeah, wouldn't it be cool if Zay once or twice a week hosted a thing where you just paid, like, bought tickets for it, and you brought a yoga mat, and you did like half an hour, 45-minute breathing session to help everybody relax and clear and really get into that space. Just putting that out there in the universe. Do what you want with it. And
Well,
yeah.
that sounds nice. Maybe that's something in the works. Maybe we can work on that.
Yeah, Zay should probably work on that, eh,
Beautiful.
guys? Yeah. I think that would be beautiful.
Is this how you trying to put the pressure on me?
There may,
Uh,
somebody might be putting posts up hinting to it in Six Spirits. I'm not responsible for that. I'm just
right,
saying, I
right.
think it's needed. I think it's very, very needed. It's hard to get yourself to relax, but when you're guided by somebody else, it's like a lot easier, and it would help, like, if it was a routine thing to help, that people looked forward to that every whatever at what time. They would at least have that space in their week that was just pure relaxation.
Okay.
And just,
Yeah. Yeah.
does
I
that make
hear you.
sense?
Yes, it makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes
So
sense.
check
Yeah,
out,
that
if you
sounds like
guys haven't
a
checked out,
decent idea.
it's a wonderful and genius idea. It's not decent. He called my idea decent.
I, I tend to downplay everything. So yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad.
I think it's a good
Okay,
idea. I think
everybody.
you're very
Thank you
talented. I think it'd
all.
be awesome. You guys are
Thank you,
all
bro.
awesome. Thank you, Zay. I enjoyed this. Bye, guys.
Yeah, this is
Thank
fun.
you.
Bye. And